Cheers, legend. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Got another Imperial Stout. This one's a rye whiskey barrel aged one, so very excited for this. It's from my boys Banks out of Seaford, which is southwest of Melbourne. It's called Ivy League. They've done an Ivy League before, but this is a Gospel edition, which Gospel's a Melbourne whiskey, and it's a rye whiskey. So yeah, it's going to be pretty good. 12.1%. Actually, sorry, 12%, this one. And on the back, it's got barrel aged Imperial Pastry Stout aged in the Gospel's rye whiskey barrels for 9 months, contains lactose. So, yeah, cool can artwork too. It's got that sort of mahogany colour with like the gold font. Looks real sort of old school and like classic. So yeah, let's see how it goes. And cheers, Ghost. Thanks for chiming in, brother. Good to see you, mate. I've just knocked off night shift, and this is a beer that's been sitting in the fridge for a while, and I thought I'd better review it soon. So yeah, see how it goes. Got my elegant glassware. So yeah, quite the beer to be having at breakfast time, 12%. So yeah, it looks absolutely stunning in the glass. It's like black with a slight sort of tan tinge to it. The head is probably 1 to 2 finger, slightly tan. It looks like it's fairly thick. It's got that like motor oil appearance to it, so I'd say sort of medium to full bodied. Yeah, really looks the part. Cheers, Sean. How you going, brother? Good to see you, mate. So yeah, let's go with getting chocolate caramel. And when I say chocolate, it's more of a milk chocolate, whereas the stout I had last night or yesterday was more of a dark. So yeah, milk chocolate, caramel, maybe a touch of coffee. It's quite light. It's got a biscuity vibe. It's also, funnily enough, it's got a cola vibe to it. So when I say cola, you're getting that sort of like caramel, brown sugar, even like a slight of like sort of citrus or dried fruit. Mm, smells quite nice. So yeah, I'd assume it's got like a touch of spice to it. There's a little touch of whiskey, like it's got some barrel character, but it's not huge on the nose. And yeah, the beanie I'm wearing, that's from the guys that brew this beer. They're definitely one of my favourite Aussie breweries. It's good to see them pumping out some stouts again. It's been a while. It's that right time of the year in Australia for stouts. Yeah, so you're getting sort of like a brown sugar vibe as well. It sort of smells like it's balanced between roastiness and sweetness. Anyway, I'm going in. Cheers. Oh man, that is good. Yeah, it's got a real strong caramel touch to it. And that's probably coming from the whiskey barrel as well as the malt base. You're getting the chocolate and the lactose, which is bringing it together for like a milk chocolate vibe. But yeah, that cola note, it's quite prominent. It's got a very sort of smooth, velvety like mouthfeel. Body wise, I'd say high end medium. Medium to full. But yeah, it's sort of got like a touch of stickiness as well. Sort of like almost like I don't know, like that sticky sort of toffee. See, I'm sort of getting on the finish like almost like a cinnamon sort of vibe to it. Maybe even like some pepper. Yeah, like a herbal note. And yeah, that'd be coming from the rye. Like it's even got a vanilla touch to it from the barrel, I reckon. Oh, God, it's good. So good. And yeah, the booze. I mean, you can get a touch of that whiskey barrel there, but yeah, it doesn't taste like 12% at all. It's drinking more like sort of an 8.5 and 9. It reminds me of the can artwork reminds me of when you get the old Chesterfield lounge suites that sort of are in like old billiard rooms and all like the colour of like the furniture, even like the carpet or the walls there, you got that mahogany sort of colour and just that elegant sort of gold writing. Just gives me that sort of vibe. Ron Burgundy. Anchorman. But yeah, when Bourbon County comes out and they've got that cola edition, I wonder if that's a similar vibe to this. I'd definitely say that it's a pretty good balance between sweet, rich, and roasty. But if you were to pick one that's a bit more, I don't know, stand outish, I'd probably say sweetness. And I think that just comes not only from like the lactose, but the barrel character as well. You're just getting a lot of sort of sweet caramel. That cola note, yeah, it's weird, but it's wonderful. So yeah, like say Coke, for example. I think with Coke you sort of get like a caramel, brown sugar, citrusy sort of characteristic from Coke. And yeah, like I taste that in this stout. Not so much like maybe there's a touch of citrus fruit there, but it's more the other two, the like the caramel and the brown sugar. Even just the even sort of the I don't know, like the viscosity of the beer. It's got that same sort of like same texture and same thickness. And that sort of like prickly carbonation. It's obviously not as carbonated as a Coke, but Definitely got to sit on this one slowly. So yeah, these guys, this was brought out probably, I'm going to say about a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. And they've just recently done a few more beers that I've got to get hold of. Pardon me. I think they might have a West Coast IPA out, so I've definitely got to get hold of that. But yeah, Banks are one of those breweries. Most of their stuff I'll buy online through they've got their own online store, or some of my favourite bottle shops will stock them. So when I'll do like a big purchase of a heap of different stuff and throw Banks in first, sort of thing. Cheers, Daniel. Good to see you again, mate. We'll pour a little bit more in. It's almost like the lower half of the can's got a bit more thickness to it. Happy Wednesday here, brother. It's 7:30 a.m. Wednesday. And yeah, I've just come off night shift. I got home just probably 50 minutes ago. I'm thinking, I'm going to crack a beer, but I think it'll only be this one beer today. I'm very, very tired. Staying up yesterday till like when I worked night shift, and I stayed up till early afternoon so I could watch the ice hockey, like the Stanley Cup Game 7. Hanging out with miscellaneous and co. Like I'm definitely paying for it today. It's almost fallen asleep at work. That's not good. Such a good beer. It's going to be a good score, this one. And unfortunately, I've only got the one can of this. I might have to try get another because I feel like this would be a great beer to cellar, drink in maybe a year or two's time. I like the fact that it's not like heavily adjunct with stuff. It's mainly about the base and the whiskey barrel. Just got that lactose to add a bit of sweetness to it. Not sure what Ivy League is, but So yeah, banks get their name from. It all started. It was inspiration from the Mighty Ducks films. There's a character called Adam Banks, and the owners have got a Labrador, and the Labrador's name's Banks. So he's sort of like the brewery dog sort of thing. And anyway, their original name was Mr. Banks Brewing. And yeah, like a lot of their beers will have sort of like Mighty Ducks references and stuff. And yeah, it's pretty cool because I was like a massive Mighty Ducks fan as a kid, love ice hockey and stuff. So, um, yeah, then they changed their name to just Banks. But yeah, they've done some pretty cool collaborations and that over the years. And yeah, the dog's still going strong. I always hoped with Banks that they had a bar in the city or like another venue that's closer to me because I absolutely love them, but they're just too far from where I live. It's just too hard for me to get to, like, unless I drive. But then there's no point because then you can't drink, or like, yeah, you'd have to get accommodation nearby to the brewery, and it's just not worth it. That's why I get most of their stuff in cans every week, or every fortnight, because yeah, I can't really get to the brewery very often. But yeah, I've got a heap. They're one of those breweries I've got a heap of merch from as well, like quite a few different glasses. Yeah, a heap of caps, a beanie, some t-shirts. One of the t-shirts is awesome. It's got the actual owner on the shirt. They stitched him up and they went to put him on one of their beer cans. And I think he got the shits up and they took him off there and made it more of a cartoon sort of thing of him. But then they released a t-shirt for the fans and it had his actual face on there. I just love all the stories surrounding breweries. It's cool. The beer community is very enjoyable. I'm glad to be a part of it. Like, yeah, it's cool. Like, obviously, when I go to events in Australia, like you see the same people there, and everyone sort of gets on really well. But then on YouTube, I'm friends with like heaps of US and UK people, so it's like different again. But yeah, score for this one. I'm going to say 4.7 out of 5. It's very, very nice. And yeah, I'm quite disappointed that I've only got the one can. Like, I wish I had at least two of them. Even four would have been great. They are quite pricey, but most beer in Australia is you sort of get what you pay for. But one thing I'll have to do is, yeah, the gospel. The gospel do like a flagship rye whiskey, and I'll have to get a bottle of that just to try it. It'd be cool. It'd be unreal if I could get a bottle of that and then another can of this. So yeah, this was 12% and 500 ml can. And yeah, I think 4.7 out of 5 is a very good score. Yeah, it's like I feel like banks do really well with their empty stouts, but you just don't see a lot of them. I would I would have them up higher than a few of my other breweries that I like. I really enjoy Mountain Culture and Range, but I feel like Banks do better stouts than those guys. But yeah, as far as stouts go in Australia, like one brewery that comes to mind is Boat Rocker. They're phenomenal. They have the annual release of Ramjet, and they have a whole day dedicated to it. Anyway, they're actually pretty close to Banks, so whenever I do get over that side of Melbourne, I like to go to Banks and Boat Rocker in the same day. And yeah, both really good, like family businesses and good people. So yeah, I'm going to head off and another one in the books. I've done two big stouts in 2 days. That's pretty cool. So one thing I've got coming up, I may as well sort of shout it out. Carwyn Cellars, my favourite bottle shop in Melbourne. They've got together and done a collab with 12 breweries, and they're going to have like 12 impy stouts. I think it's 12 dark beers. I'm not sure, but I think it's 12 dark beers of Christmas in July. So from July 1 through to 12, each day I'm going to do a different dark beer. That'll be cool because, yeah, I won't know what I'm getting. I'll just sort of open it up and then, yeah, do it on the spot. So, yeah, that's going to be cool. And, yeah, not far away. It's the 26th today. So, yeah, about 4 or 5 days away. I'll start doing that. So, that's why whatever I've got in the fridge now, I thought I'd better get it out and review it because, yeah, I've got to make room for some new stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, enough talking. I've got a sore throat and I need to rest. Thanks for chiming in and people watch it back. Let us know if you've had any banks or you've had any rye whiskey barrel stouts. It'd be just cool to see what you think of the style or the brewery if you've had the brewery. And yeah, cheers for your support, and we'll see you on the next.